Hello, in this tutorial I would like to show you how to make these petals on this daisy that's being worn as a hat by Fabulous Freddie. This tutorial is meant as an aid to people following my pattern, so I'm not going to show you how to make the entire flower, only the tricky part, the petal. If you do not have the pattern yet, you can find a link to it in this video. I made the flower using a white yarn, but that doesn't show up very well in the video, so I'm going to use a different color. I have also already made the center of the flower and I already worked away the tail. So we can start with the petal directly. The first thing is to make a slip knot and then chain 10. Now we keep the chain on the hook and we insert it into any of the stitches on our flower center. Normally you would insert it under the V, under both legs of the V, but we are going to insert it only into the back one, what's called the back loop. Then we need to make a slip stitch, so you yarn over and pull through the loop already on the hook. Chain 1. And now we turn the entire work around so the back side is facing up. Next, we make a single crochet into the slip stitch we had already made. Then we're going to work a row on this side of the chain. First, we're going to start off by making 4 single crochets. Three half double crochets. One double crochet. And then in the last chain, we are going to make 6 double crochets into the same chain. Now we have worked our way around to the other side of the chain, and you are going to follow basically the same sequence in reverse as on the first side. It helps to work over your yarn tail so that you can work that away at the same time. You don't have to do that later. So first of all, we're making 1 double crochet. Next is 3 half double crochets. And then 4 single crochets. We end the petal by making a slip stitch into the same back loop. Well, in this case, it's actually the front loop because we're working on the other side, but the same loop on the flower center in which we started the petal. So we make 1 slip stitch. You might notice that we're skipping 1 chain space, but that is to be able to draw the flower in tightly. And then we just draw up the yarn and finish off. So that is the first petal. There is 12 stitches on the center of the flower, and we're going to make 12 petals, so 1 for each stitch. So this is how you make the petals for the daisy flower. You might notice that the petal is not quite a mirror image on both sides, because we started with a chain and a single crochet at the beginning on one side but not in the other. And this means that the petal sticks up a little bit on this side with the chain single crochet, which makes it easier for the petals to create this nice overlap, which you also see in flowers in nature. Right, so that is how to make the petal.